Ren Baker has done an excellent job, and such a great job, in fact, that West Virginia is on pace to catch the leaders of this conference and make us a real national power again. This is amazing.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And what is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, where we're diving into the financials at West Virginia today, as Ren Baker and company have announced a little more since we spoke about this yesterday and even earlier today to a point about that. And it's going to be an interesting discussion for sure, because I've got some other thoughts on just exactly what's happening here. Not alone. I've got a guy by the name of Jackson Johnson with me, the offensive coordinator for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing good, man. So West Virginia poised to receive a couple cash gifts, according to Ren Baker. We've got that for you. We're going to talk about that. West Virginia poised to catch the leaders of this conference. It's a big deal. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the basketball team too, breaking them down a little bit, what to expect from this team as we get to learn more. Ross Hodge says a couple freshmen are really impressing him and are going to play early. That's just a flat-out fact, Jackson.
That's a fact, Jack.
So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So we're going to do that. Let's acknowledge the channel sponsor before we roll on here, as this episode of Locked On West Virginia featuring Jackson is going to be brought to you by Mazda. Look, when you're talking about Mazda, like our players, we sweat every detail, because when you make every move count, pulling off the unexpected is only the beginning. Stay tuned later for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward with Mazda. Move and be moved. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. All right, so I've got it all laid out here for you guys. Exactly what was talked about yesterday on the Three Guys podcast after the scholarships were released. There's info from a couple weeks ago, the Hoppy Kirkstable, that kind of precluded this, right? About $5 million that we didn't spend. What does that mean, right? And then Rich Rodriguez had some say about that today. What did he have to say? Everybody seems to be aligned, Jackson. And when you've got alignment from the athletic department, the board of governors, the athletic director, and the coaches on the sports teams, I mean, that's a big deal.
There we go.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over my little breakdown I have here for you as we talk about the 140 scholarships coming to West Virginia across 18 different sports, adding as many as 28 to baseball. Just an incredible number to make that team competitive. If you think about what this team has done, they've been to super regionals 2 years in a row with 11 scholarships. Now they get 28. You're talking about elite stuff there.
But that's not what we're a lot. There we go.
Yeah. Football snags 16 of them. So now instead of walk-ons at the bottom of your roster, you're talking about legitimate scholarship players. What's that mean? Or do you bring on walk-ons, pay them a smaller amount? There we go. Jackson's got the money for you. Do you bring on walk-ons, pay them a little less, and then say, you know what, I'm going to invest heavily in the top half of my roster? I don't know. But let's get into this a little deeper. So obviously we talked about the old NCAA rules were capped at 85 equivalencies, right? Now schools like us can fund more roster spots up to 105 for football. The money side, we're maxing out the cap, but smarter, because under the new rules, schools share up to $20.5 million. We know that, where you can directly share that with athletes, and scholarships count against it. West Virginia is already hitting the full cap this year, and that adds $7.5 million, right, overall, for all these scholarships, these new scholarships. $768,000 should hit football, from my guesstimation. But that's not a big one, because they've already figured for that, and we'll show you how. So that fits right in as they reallocate funds in spots that they weren't fully using before, like the Title IX balancing and all that kind of thing. The bonus is the bonus bucks, if you will, $5 million saved. Last year, we held back $5 million from the cap, which is this year, right? We're speaking in next year's terms. So let me rephrase this. This year, we didn't spend all our cap for whatever reason. They decided they were going to use it next year. And you also have to figure that the cap raises every year as well by $800,000. So $5 million, according to Poppy Kirchhoff, is going to be rolled over into this next year. What does that mean? That means you should be able to, and I've asked a few people on this, share up to 20.5 million of the cap. And it's just like a salary cap in NFL, right? If you don't spend all your salary cap, that rolls over and you can use it, right? It doesn't count against the cap the next year. So if you're saving your money, you're saving your money. It's up to you how you use it. Somebody can correct me on this down the line. I'm not going to 100% say that's the case yet, but I've asked a few people today. So far, I haven't gotten a no on this, and most people seem to think, yeah, that can happen. I've even asked Google. I've asked AI. Everyone seems to say, yes, this can be done. It's just that nobody expects you to do it because obviously how's the best way to put this? You're needing it, right? Most schools are needing the full cap. West Virginia must have saw a situation in football where they knew they weren't going to be as competitive as they would like to be, and decided, hey, we're just going to hold some of this out. And we're not using, and here's another thing, we're adding all these scholarships in other places that we weren't having to pay out. Maybe that has something to do with it too, because you got the extra 15, 16 scholarships for baseball, right? Well, those weren't being used this year, right? I'm not exactly sure, because we saw a bunch of teams in the SEC, like Ren said, that added scholarships, trying to add scholarships all at the last minute so that your cap number could grow. So here you go, right? So I think at the end of the day, we're in a situation where West Virginia should have 25.5 million in next year, even though the cap is 20.5. That is an enormous head start. Like enormous. Some of the best teams in the country this year shed up to the cap and shared over the cap like 10 or 15 million. So that means you've really only got to fundraise 7-8 million more, something like that, to really talk about being in a Texas Tech type spot next year. That's enormous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On that right there, Jackson.
Huh?
I was asking you what your thoughts were on just that whole scenario where the West Virginia could not only have 20 points.
Having as much money as Texas Tech is huge right there.
Well, I don't want to say as much as, but you could be in the ballpark, maybe.
Ooh, that's good.
Top 3 anyways, 4. Somewhere.
I mean, you're adding more scholarships. So that's a huge win right there for the university.
So they also talked about the gifts. They teased them, 2 massive donor gifts. Details are imminent. They haven't been released yet. But I'm thinking probably booster cash infusions or potentially some kind of deal they've worked out for the athletes. We'll find out later. But, let's say these are $1 to $2 million each or something. Maybe they're more. I don't know. Maybe McAfee's involved. I don't know. But you're talking about, so now you're looking at the figure and you're saying, okay, we're already at the cap. Like, that's done. That's over with. It's figured in. You've already figured it out. This year for next year, you're at the cap. It's huge, guys. It's so huge. I don't think people are celebrating this enough. Like, we were supposed to struggle in this area. We were supposed to be at the bottom. And no, we're not. We're not. We're here. We're looking. I mean, they thought we were going to suck, at this. And we don't, because of Ren Baker and company, not just Ren Baker. So obviously it doesn't mean we're going to win the Natty. It doesn't mean anything. You could still lose with all this money. But for now, it's cause to be cautious. Well, I don't even just want to say cautiously optimistic. I just want to say optimistic about the future of West Virginia sports, y'all. We're going to improve. It's going to happen. I know it doesn't seem like it is going to happen right now in the midst of the losing and everything. I think we have the right coach to do it. I think we have the right backing to do it, including Pat McAfee. I think we have the right athletic director and president to do it. And I think we have the right team coming back next year.
Magic is coming.
Magic's coming, exactly. So what we have returning next year has to be a placemat for the rest. And I know we lose all 11 starters on
Just
the
think
defensive
of the
side of
energy
the
song from Schoolhouse Rock. Like, if you feel like there's energy running out, just always think of that. Energy. Sometimes I think I'm running out of energy. Sometimes we use an awful lot.
ball. This is why Jackson's on the show. All right. So, and Rich Rod's
Energy.
fired up. Listen, Jackson, Rich Rod's fired up, by the way.
As well as he should be, because he's got that energy.
Yeah, he said this in a statement today. The West Virginia football program would like to thank President Benson, the Board of Governors, and Rem Baker for their continued support and confidence by giving our program additional scholarships. If you want to compete at the highest level, you have to make the investment financially. I'm blessed that we're aligned here and that we have great support. And then Rich Rod also pumped. He said he's pumped, right? He says this alignment is key to wins, and he's all in as well. This is going to help us use depth to chase the championship that we need in Morgantown going forward. This is a lot, man. We're not going to have to replace 80 guys next year. I know it seems like a lot. It's probably going to be 30 or 40, but I think winning can be done with 30 or 40 rather than 80. Are we going to be in the Big 12 title contention next year? I think it ultimately depends on how far above the cap we go. Like, if you add a lot of players, but they're elite players or very good players, I think the margins gets a little slimmer. Whereas if you, like we did this year, we added a lot of players that you're taking big swings on guys upside, hoping that they would hit, right? You look at a guy like Donovan Haslam, who's got a huge frame, athletic, but is he going to work, right? Or Tykees Crawford, 4-star player, went to Arkansas out of high school, but didn't work, and he was on his little rebound, or Kimo Makaniole. He was started out at LSU, actually played on all their games on the defensive line last year, and then boom, now here you are. You hoping he's going to play for you and play well, and he just hasn't, unfortunately. You're playing young at center and left tackle. You've got Landon Livingston and Nick Cray, a sophomore and junior, and making their first starts at center and left tackle. And then you bring in a guy from Group G5 status, or G6, whatever you want to call it now, in Walter Youngbear at your left guard spot. And those are 5 new faces with not a lot of experience. And it just hasn't worked for this team. So next year, what can you do? Well, you can go get this guy's played in 30 career games. This guy played in 20-year games. This guy's young, but he's one of the best guys in the portal. And we hire Jackson Johnson to be our offensive coordinator. And we win all the games. That's it. What kind of offense would you run, Jackson? Would it be the run and shoot? Would it be the option? Would it be tempo? What would you do?
I'd want to run a little bit of everything, but if I had to choose, I would go run and shoot.
The run and shoot. He would be a Dana Holgerson type guy. He'd be the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Jackson Spurrier. That's what I'm calling him from now on. Okay, let's go to break here.
I would love to run the wishbone.
The wishbone, yeah.
That's what the 70s Bama teams ran.
They did, unfortunately, but that was when they had the best athletes,
Yeah.
Let's go to break, though. And on the other side of the break, I'm going to look at basketball really quick, break down some things for you guys before we dive into Jackson's World of College Football for segment 3. It's Group of 5 night, baby. His favorite night of the week. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by our good friends at DoorDash. And I've actually got DoorDash on the way. And it's almost the weekend, guys. Time to look back and crown this week's MVP. Who delivered? Powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving money every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most. Let's break it down. For West Virginia, no doubt about it, Khalil Wilkins and Scotty Fox delivered in a big way. Obviously, they played well together at different points in time throughout the game and give us some hope in the future at quarterback. And if you've been watching week after week, I think for both these guys, This won't be a fluke. I think both of these guys are going to be on a streak eventually. And just like, these two guys delivered for West Virginia, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays with DoorDash streaks. You save every Saturday you order, stack it up all season, and you can save up to $250, including 100 in DoorDash credits. If you order this Saturday, keep the streak alive and fuel your game day only with DoorDash, where the terms apply. Promo code through 11/18. And of course, we can't forget about our good friends at FanDuel. That's right, it's FanDuel time. And look, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you nor Jackson want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 that'll make you holler. And if you get $300 in bonus bets, that's only if you win to use across the app. That's right, you pick a bet, you put down $5, and if it hits, you unlock $300 in bonus bets. That's if you win that first $5 bet. It makes watching college football even more exciting and NFL even more exciting when you've got a little something riding on the action. So what are you waiting for? Visit the FanDuel website.com today to download the FanDuel app and get started. It's segment 2. Oh, no. Can't crack a do, guys. I've got an update. So this is crazy, but I want to give a shout out to somebody already. And I won't give out full name and details because I don't want weirdos to blow him up or anything. But Rich, he owns a clinic in Provo. Saw my story. The video has almost 60,000 views now, which is incredible. We've gained over 1,000 subscribers from BYU country in the last couple of days alone. It's been amazing, guys. The Deseret News obviously did an article that was number 2 in the state of Utah behind President Nelson's passing, who is the president of the LDS Church. So this story went far and wide across the world. I was not expecting it. And we West Virginia fans are a part of that. All of us share this. It's not just me. It's you guys. You guys give me the platform to tell my story, and it's something I'm proud of. So obviously this guy Rich hears about me and reaches out, and he's offering me help, guys. Without getting too emotional, my health is not good. I'm very overweight, obviously, as we know on here. I weigh 456 pounds. I've lied about my weight on here in the past. I won't lie about it now. And while some people may make fun of that, it's important to be honest about those things. I chose to not tell the truth about it in the past, I think, because to avoid criticism. But I think honesty is the best policy, and I want to track my progress. So as we begin this with him, they're offering to do this for me for free, guys. This clinic in Provo, they're going to help me the whole way, and they all, they deserve ultimate respect for all this, and I just can't imagine my life, without having taken this decision to do Locked On West Virginia and host the show and all this. So, because it almost didn't happen. I almost stayed with Mountaineer Paul Talks Football and didn't do it. And that would have probably never allowed me to break out like I have to this point. And it's only growing every day. We're already closing in on 7,000 subscribers. So we've gone from when we started this show in less than a year, a little over 3,000 subscribers to almost 7. So to say that we're growing is an understatement. People are watching, and there's a lot of people that don't like that. But at the end of the day, it's the truth. And it's not to brag. It's to say, look, I'm an addict. I'm a junkie, guys. I was a junkie. I'm not anymore. That had no hope, none. And somehow, some way, my life has turned itself around. And people are willing to help me because they see that, right? So let's track my progress, see how far we get here. We'll monitor how much weight I lose. I got to quit drinking dew, which is hard. That's going to be really hard for me. But it's going to have to be water and things like that. So I'm going to start that thing officially probably tomorrow. But I do want to say thank you guys for all the support. And I didn't mean to go for as long as I did on this, but I feel like you guys sharing my victories just as like most anything else. So
Pretty soon you're going to have more victories to share, good buddy. That I promise you.
yeah, that's true. All right, so I want to break down the basketball team really quick before we go to break. So this team is like, I really think this team has a chance to be a tournament team. I really do. I feel good about it. I think, Ross Hodge has done some amazing things, and he brought Yusuf Ali in, who was a player development guy. But I mean, we've got 5 stars. We're involved with 2 or 3 5 stars. We're involved with several 4 stars. This has never been our thing. We've always developed lesser, or not lesser. That sounds a bad word, but you get what I'm trying to say. Players that aren't as highly rated, I guess. And here we are swinging big. And this is what I've always wanted for our program. I think that you just at least have to try. Like Bob Huggins accepted his niche in that they were lower level guys and he could develop them. Those times are gone. We can't do that anymore. You take a chance on a guy now, he's not going to be in your program for 3 or 4 years, Jackson. So guys are going to leave, right? So this team has a chance to be good. I think Otter Huff is going to take not only the Big 12, but West Virginia by storm. People that have watched him in practice this offseason and people that I've spoken to directly from the team say that he's the best jump shooter they've ever seen, ever. And that means a lot because Trey Eaglestaff's on this team. I think Otter Huff is he's like a Steph Curry. He's that guy that he's always running off screens. He's always trying to get open. He's got an insanely quick release, and he's an elite player. And the only person I know of that could guard him might be Jackson. Outside of that, nobody. No, honestly, though, this is a huge deal to have him on the team. People will question his size, and rightfully so. But there is something to say for the three-point shot and how much of an equalizer it is these days in college sports. And I just wanted to point that out. And a lot of people will say our size is going to be an issue, but they don't think so. I mean, they pushed back against it a lot. So you've got Jasper Floyd, you've got Amir Jenkins backing him up, you've got Honor Huff, you've got Jaden Forsyth, you've got MJ Finane, Neil Hout, Morris Gusick, Brennan Laurent, DJ Thomas, Evans Barning Jr., Jackson Fields, and Trayson Eaglestaff, along with Abraham Oyedir, Chance Moore, and Harlan Obioha. So the starting 5 for this team will probably be Jasper Floyd. Jackson, I almost said Jackson. Jasper Floyd, Honor Huff. Let me find him. Brennan Laurent, Harlan Obioha, and Trey Eaglestaff. Those will be your starting 5 likely. Ross Hodge confirmed on his press conference that Brennan Laurent will likely ascend into that starter's role, although it may not stay there because in the past, his role has been off the bench. Last year at North Texas, he was first team all-league, but he came off the bench because it gave him flexibility for matchups. So if he doesn't start this year, it's not going to be because he's not one of the best players on the team. So I just wanted you guys to realize that. But yeah, without going too much into detail like I had planned, maybe we'll do something more on this later this week because I got to let Jackson get to his stuff. Honor Huff and Trey Eaglestaff is going to be an elite scoring duo, better than what we had last year. I think we were bigger and more athletic last year, possibly, but I think we're more skilled this year scoring-wise between these two. If they play just average to good defense, we're going to be a very good basketball team, but we need them both to improve. But, I mean, they averaged 35 points per game last year combined. Honor Huff led the entirety of college basketball as a whole in 3 points made. Jasper Floyd is a tough Joe Toussaint type guard, really hard-nosed guy. He's a lefty, obviously, that can really go. And man, he averages 4+ assists a game, a good distributor. Harlan Obioha, 6.6 rebounds per game at UNC Wilmington, has lost 60 pounds, guys. That means instead of 18 minutes a game, He's going to be able to play 22, 23 minutes a game. And the need for that other big everybody talks about so often, maybe not as needed as we thought. Maybe not as needed as we thought. Strengths and outlook on this team are this: shooting and spacing. Huff, Eaglestaff, Ogasuk all shoot 40%, 38, 39, and 40% from three. Chance Moore is around 36, 37% from three. And several other guys on this team can stroke the ball. That's just the flat out fact, guys. Flat out fact. We've got a team that's bigger than I think people realize. A bunch of 6'6", 6'7" guys. And last quick point is, by the way, Jackson Fields is somebody I think is going to be a major impact player at one point as well. He played a lot on a tournament team at Troy last year. DJ Thomas and Amir Jenkins, the two freshmen, are ready to play now. Ross Hodge said they're going to make big impacts, and that's just what it is. So what do I think this team could be? I think they could be what we were last year, probably an 18, 19 win type team that could potentially move into more solid tournament ground. I don't know that you can say this team is a for sure fire tournament team, but absolutely they are potential. The potential is there for them to be a good team. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you don't like it, you can watch something else tutting on. That's really at the end of the day. This is a fan channel. This is what this is about. We come on here to have fun and enjoy this, not be miserable. So if you want to be miserable, you can go somewhere else for sure. I think way overhyping players is not always true, considering you ripped me apart for talking about Nico not even 2 weeks ago, remember? So, I definitely don't always overhype players. I think you just remember the overhyped ones and forget about the underhyped ones. It's all about, it's basically confirmation bias, man. But let's go to break and let Jackson's world of college football come alive. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by Mazda. We're here with Mazda. This episode brought to you by Mazda. For those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. There are moments to do more than just put points on the board. They move crowds, culture, and keep moving the game forward. And look, this week's moment to move the game forward is Ren Baker. Duh. How about the scholarships? How about the gifts? The whole nine. And when you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Do it today with Mazda. Move and be moved.
Mazda, the car of the season.
Absolutely. So, okay, man. I think, it's your world and I'm just living in it. And it's your world of college basketball / football. So I'm going to let you take off, man. Let's go into some group of 5 games. Obviously, we have one tonight that's a biggie. And I now caught you. And be honest with me before you get started. Jackson.
Okay.
Have you peeked at the North Texas game since we've been doing this?
Yes, I have.
I know.
I've got it on my laptop.
Admit that you're an addict.
Mm-hmm.
Admit that you're an addict.
And
we'll get you some help later down the line, okay?
but I don't have the volume on because I do not want Disney getting mad at Locked On, especially Mr. and Mrs. Lock.
Well, just don't throw out your puberty voice and we'll be all right.
So,
all right, let's go, man.
But yeah, we've got a close one between North Texas and South Florida.
21 up.
21-21 apiece. Last night we had a great one between East Carolina and Tulane. Tulane's now 5-1.
Talani won that game.
Kennesaw State chewed up Louisiana Tech like a chicken nugget. Garrison Ripa at Jacksonville State made an amazing game-winning, top-notch 52-yard field goal against Sam Houston State.
We like Jacksonville State around here because of the Rich Rod thing, and they was really cool to us after he came here because they could have been burn it down, and they didn't want to lose Rich Rod, but they did. And
they're my mama's alma mater, so it's like that's a win there.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys lived in Jacksonville, Florida. Just kidding. I know you live in Alabama. It was just a joke.
South Florida, what a tight one against Georgia Southern. So that's pretty good. Conference USA battle Wednesday night. Missouri State got their first Conference USA win since joining conference, winning 22-20 against Middle Tennessee. Liberty gets their second win of the season by winning 19-8 against UTEP. I mean, you're supposed to beat UTEP. Let's be honest. James
UTEP's got some of the best uniforms in the game, though.
Oh, they do.
Like, they've got elite uniforms. I don't think people realize that, but they haven't been good since Carson Palmer's brother was there, maybe.
Oh, good grief. It's like,
You guys remember when he was there?
oh, man. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We don't have any games coming up Saturday.
Oh, we've got Army Charlotte on CBS Sports Network at noon Eastern Time in West Point, New York. I've got the Army Black Knights winning 24-6.
Yeah, you got to go with him for sure.
Yep. Charlotte's not there yet. Nowhere near there.
No.
We've got James Madison in Louisiana on ESPN2 at Harrisonburg, Virginia.
You got to go with James Madison.
James Madison's chewing up Louisiana like a chicken nugget, no doubt.
No doubt.
Man. Let's look for some real good ones.
Yeah, give me the top ones.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna have Navy and Temple on ESPN2 at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Can Navy keep the unbeaten streak, or is Temple gonna have an upset for that one?
It's a good question. Obviously, Navy is just year in, year out one of the best teams in Group 5. Temple has been just absolutely shellacked this year by everybody they played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to think Navy is going to win this one.
I think it's going to be closer than the experts have it, and I've got Navy winning this one 27-21 against Temple.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll probably get, I still think Navy will win, but yeah, maybe it will be closer than the experts think. These are UTEP's uniforms. Those are pretty cool.
Oh man, they look amazing.
Yeah.
They look way better than the old ones they had on.
Yeah, they had like a dark, like they used to look more like Illinois. It seems like they've kind of a little bit lighter orange now.
Yeah, like the old ones were depressing. New ones, the ones that you just showed, awesome. That promotes winning right there.
Absolutely. UTEP is the best team in the country.
Oh man, do you feel like staying up at midnight, get ready for some Utah State in Hawaii? I know I do.
You'll be watching it, won't you?
I'll do my best to. I'll be making sure. Well, I'll be posting from Voice College Football Ets account for a little bit for that one if there's really big highlights on that one.
Right. The only time I've seen Hawaii this year, they did beat Stanford. I remember that was the opening game of the year, wasn't it? But one of the opening games of the year, and then I remember the Arizona game. They got absolutely destroyed. I mean, it was a domination from front to back, straight up, down, forward.
Domination, annihilation.
Utah State is a really good football team. They really, really came close to beating Vanderbilt. So I think this is a team that can just they'll win this game. They're definitely a good team. I also like their jerseys.
Well, I'm going to go with Bronco Mendenhall, Utah State on the road. I've got Utah State winning 27-24 in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Bronco Mendenhall, good coach. Probably should have never left Boise. I think a lot of people that leave Boise realize they probably should have done it.
BYU is like that. Yeah.
Or BYU. What did I say? Boise.
You said Boise for a moment. It's okay. But it felt weird seeing him at Virginia, but at the same time, it was cool to see him succeed there.
Agreed.
Yep. And we've got New Mexico, Boise State on Fox Sports 1 at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time at the Smurf Turf.
I think they got one of the best home field records ever.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said, does Boise State have one of the best home field
they do.
winning percentages ever?
It's got me thinking of the Smurf song every time you get to go to the Smurf Turf. But in all seriousness, though, Boise State, they're looking to rebound after a bad loss to Notre Dame. So they're looking to just dominate the Mount West, but something tells me they can and they will once again in their final season of the Mount West, as they'll be joining the Pac 12 or the 2-pack, whatever you want to call them for that season.
Yeah, I mean, New Mexico State is a good football team. They destroyed UCLA, which everybody has, but still UCLA should be able to beat New Mexico, right?
Man.
They beat New Mexico State. They did lose to San Jose State last week, which was interesting considering they were a 1-3 team coming in, or 1-2, or whatever they were, 1-3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think Boise pulls this off. They're going to be better funded and all that. Take it away for a minute here, Jackson.
All righty. So Jason Eck is a coaching candidate on the rise for New Mexico. And I'm just going to tell you, if he can continue the winning that Bronco Mendenhall was doing in the 1 year Bronco Mendenhall was there at New Mexico, then you're going to see some magic from New Mexico. And you're going to see more offers for Jason Eck. As for Boise, well, I think that's going to be a 35-17 victory. And I'm just going to tell you, it'll just be wild and amazing for Boise on Saturday night.
All right. Is there any other big ones going on?
Oh, why don't we go with UAB?
Let's do two more.
UAB Florida Atlantic on ESPN Plus in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I mean, that's an awesome. Have you ever been to Boca Raton before?
Nope. I never have been.
As far as scenery goes, it's one of the nicest places in America to go. Like, house looking. Oh my God. I remember I went by Shaq's house there. Anyway, that's beside the point. I mean, what are you thinking here?
Joey Foster's here. How's it going? Good
Joey
buddy?
Foster.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Joey Foster in the chat.
Joey, hey Joey, I'm glad you're in here.
I call
Hope
him
you're
the
having a
Wizard.
good retirement. I've been wondering how he's been doing.
Joey Foster, the Wizard of West Virginia.
Yep. Hey, I would like to talk to Joey Foster. I bet he's has some opinions on how the channel has grown and stuff. Joey Foster, a big reason why I grew early in my career, actually. He saw potential in me way early on and reached out. But I was already working with Coos and had some other stuff going on. And then, unfortunately, what happened with Golden Blue Dude happened. And but listen, for those of you who don't know, he was the driving force behind the Golden Blue Dude channel that helped it grow to wherever it grew, 15, 20,000 subscribers or wherever.
13,000 subs.
13,000 subs, which is a heck of a lot. So I mean he had the formula down, son. So Joey Foster's a wizard in this space and knows a lot about it, but he's retired, unfortunately. But big fan of Joey Foster. He's an excellent human being, and I hope he's having a great life.
Well, as I always say, I thank my friends and my family for helping me get to where I'm going. But I always thank God for Joey Foster, as he has changed my life and he's changed a lot of lives for the
good. Yeah, he's a good guy, man.
I always thank God for Joey.
Joey, I would like to talk to you, man. I don't know if you have a number anymore or what here, but I'll put my email in the chat. And if you don't care, do you have Joey's number, Jackson?
I do. Yeah, I can send it
I'll get Joey's. I'll get your number from Jackson, Joey, because I switched phones and everything, and I don't know if I have it anymore. So we'll do that. But guys, we got to jump out of here. We're running over a little bit over past time here, and I really can't thank you guys enough for the support. Like I said, 60,000 views on the video is just incredible. I can't believe we did that, and hopefully we can have a few more like that. But if not, I mean, look, we'll definitely try to take our biggest swings. We're obviously going to be on this health journey, and hopefully you guys can walk that with us too. I'll give you guys updates. Jackson will be here. Before we go, make sure you check him out Yeah. Jacksonian, Voice of College Football, Alabama channel. He's got a lot going on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
obviously Jackson's Rule of College Football, where he comes on here and talks about the games coming up each week. And that's about it. But thank you so much for
Hey.
all you do. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, roll damn tide, cue them country roads.
And Wookiee noises.